Liberal voters shocked. Mark Carney's actions leave supporters feeling betrayed, angry, and frustrated. In a stunning turn of events, the recent actions of Mark Carney, the new leader of the Liberal Party and Prime Minister of Canada, have left many of his supporters feeling disillusioned and frustrated. Following a hard-fought election campaign that saw the Liberals secure a fourth consecutive term, expectations for Carney's leadership were high. His tenure began with promises of progressive change, but a series of controversial decisions have sparked significant backlash among the very voters who rallied behind him. Mark Carney's ascent to the leadership of the Liberal Party came at a pivotal moment. The party was grappling with declining popularity and fierce competition from the Conservative Party, led by Pierre Poilievre. Carney's campaign emphasized a vision for a more inclusive and equitable Canada. His rhetoric focused on themes of social justice, environmental responsibility, and economic growth, which resonated deeply with a diverse electorate. His ability to articulate a clear vision was instrumental in galvanizing support, as he positioned himself as a leader who could unite the party and propel it forward. Carney's message of Canada Strong and Canada Free was not just a slogan. It was a rallying cry for many Canadians who were concerned about the political direction of the country. His candidacy was seen as a breath of fresh air, particularly among younger voters who were eager for change. The campaign effectively highlighted the need for progressive policies that would address pressing issues such as climate change, healthcare, and social equity. However, despite the initial enthusiasm, Carney's actions as Prime Minister have raised serious concerns. One of his first controversial moves was the dismantling of the gender-balanced cabinet, a decision that many viewed as a significant step backward for gender equality in Canadian politics. This reversal of previous commitments to diversity and representation not only alienated women voters, but also led to the dissolution of key ministerial portfolios dedicated to women's rights and social issues. For many Liberal supporters, this felt like a betrayal of the core values that the party has long championed. The decision to prioritize certain portfolios over others has led to a perception that Carney's administration is willing to compromise on principles that many voters hold dear. This shift has sparked a broader debate within the party about the importance of representation and the commitment to progressive values. Critics argue that such decisions undermine the Liberal Party's foundational ethos and risk alienating a significant portion of its base. Carney's decision to pivot away from several progressive policies has further exacerbated feelings of anger and frustration among supporters. One of the most contentious issues has been his administration's approach to climate change. The removal of the carbon tax, a cornerstone of the previous government's environmental strategy, has particularly frustrated those who believed in the Liberal Party's commitment to addressing climate issues. This decision has been viewed as a concession to more conservative elements within the party and has left many environmental advocates feeling betrayed. Moreover, Carney's administration has been criticized for its lack of clarity on social justice initiatives. Many supporters expected a robust agenda that would tackle systemic inequalities, but the early signs suggest a more cautious approach. This has led to concerns that the government is prioritizing political expediency over meaningful change. The perception that Carney is not living up to the progressive legacy of previous Liberal leaders has fueled disillusionment among core supporters. As Carney navigates the complexities of leading a minority government, the necessity for coalition building has become increasingly evident. While the Liberals managed to secure a victory, they did not achieve a majority, which means that Carney must work with other parties to pass legislation. This reality has led to compromises that some supporters view as a dilution of Liberal principles. The challenge of maintaining party unity while addressing the diverse concerns of various factions within the party is a delicate balancing act that Carney must manage. The need for cooperation with other parties has also raised questions about the long-term sustainability of Carney's leadership. The ability to forge effective partnerships without sacrificing core values is essential for the success of any minority government. However, early missteps have led to skepticism about whether Carney can effectively navigate this political landscape. In the backdrop of Carney's struggles, Pierre Poilievre and the Conservative Party have gained considerable traction. Poilievre's messaging, which emphasizes traditional values, fiscal responsibility, and economic concerns, has resonated with a segment of the electorate that feels overlooked by the Liberals. His ability to capitalize on Carney's missteps has positioned him as a formidable opponent, further complicating Carney's efforts to solidify his leadership. Poilievre's rise is marked by a strategic focus on addressing the concerns of middle-class Canadians who feel that their needs are not being met by the current government. His critiques of Carney's policies have struck a chord, particularly among voters disillusioned by the Liberal Party's recent shifts. As the Conservative Party gains momentum, the pressure on Carney to deliver on his promises intensifies, leading to a potentially contentious political landscape. For Carney, the road ahead is fraught with challenges. He must address the growing discontent among his supporters while also navigating the political landscape shaped by Poilievre's Conservative Party. The need for a clear and consistent message that aligns with the values of the Liberal base is crucial. Carney's ability to reconnect with voters who feel betrayed will determine the future of his leadership and the direction of the Liberal Party. To regain the trust of his constituents, Carney will need to articulate a vision that resonates with the core principles of the Liberal Party. This includes reinstating commitments to gender equality, environmental sustainability, and social justice. By reaffirming these values, he can begin to mend the rift that has formed between his administration and the supporters who once believed in his vision. In conclusion, while Mark Carney's election as Prime Minister initially sparked hope among Liberal voters, his early actions have led to feelings of betrayal and frustration. As he faces the realities of governance, the challenge will be to reconcile his leadership decisions with the expectations of his supporters, all while contending with the resurgent Conservative Party under Pierre Poilievre. The future of the Liberal Party hinges on Carney's ability to navigate these challenges effectively and to restore faith in the principles that have long defined the party.